Alright, this was the most Wemby and Jokic action out of their first 3 matchups. But I don't understand why Wemby kept going to that inverted and trying to create out of that. All the Nugs had to do was hedge, and he just ended up settling from deep. If he just played the role for a deep catch or lob with Jokic on him, he would have had easy finishes, and the Nugs would have had no chance to stop it. Jokic wasn't going to jump for those passes, and even if he did, Wemby's still catching over the top. The Nugs would have had to pull Gordon over every time, and that just opened up the spray out. At the very least, he did get in the mid-post, but his frame didn't allow him to take full advantage of his size, and he even had trouble against KCP or Christian Brown at one point. But that's still better than him dancing around the 3-point line, and as I've said before, he's got a chance at becoming the greatest lob threat of all time. If he just played to that strength, he'd be unstoppable, but he's got a tendency of shooting jumpers all the time, and that just limits his offensive output. If he was an efficient shooter, then I'd understand, but the numbers don't lie, and his percentages anywhere other than at the rim are atrocious. He's already handicapped playing with a bottom feeder, and he just decides to make it even harder for himself with that type of shot selection. But as Dre said in the past, at his worst, he'll still be an elite rim protector, and he's got a real chance of becoming DPOY and Roy. I don't think that's ever been done, and this performance just adds to that campaign, especially doing it against the Finals MVP. He blocked Jokic 4 times on the night, and Jokic's big adjustment was just to outsprint him in transition. Then as a way to conserve energy, Jokic would just shoot jumpers every time Zach Collins was in, and that was the most subtle disrespect I've ever seen. But if it wasn't a run out, it was that Shaq chicken wing to create space, and even when he did miss, the others would just clean it up. It's just crazy to see Wemby have 10 stocks on the night, and yet Jokic still finished with 42. Just watch the tape.
Not as good in the left corner. Jokic in the lane. Good!